All right, so let's just take a few moments to talk about our Goblin Glide RODI40. Now this is a 3-stage cart. It's a nice little cart here in that you've got your handle, of course your wheels. It's a very, very robust construction. Very, very simple cart in that you come down here and you plug in your source water to it. You have your outbound that gives you your pure water, and then your outbound that does your wastewater. So you've got 3 ports on the back of the system here, conveniently located on the back of the cart. As I mentioned before, you have the Phantom Window Works branded cartridge housing clamp system here that gives you the ability to scale, like the unit behind me here, and add more ROs or just do a simple DI system. You could do a very, very simple system all the way up to a very, I wouldn't say complicated, but a more robust, higher volume system with these carts, and they are scalable. But this particular one here is a 3-stage, as I mentioned. You do have a sediment filter with a carbon right here on the front, and then it goes through the RO filter into the DI and makes your pure water. So when we say that this is the Goblin Glide RODI40 here, it's because your RO cartridge is 40 inches. Now, something that makes this very different than a lot of the other offerings that are out there on the market is this DI cartridge here. What you'll notice out there with a lot of the other carts is they'll go ahead and do a small DI cartridge, very, very similar to the one that we have here on the front. That's our sediment carbon cartridge. And what that does is that's a little bit lower volume machine, lower capacity machine, and you end up having to replace the cartridge more often. On ours, we do a 40-inch DI, which makes a huge difference. This cart gives you lots of longer service cycles. It's very, very robust, and your ability to go out and clean windows with this is great. It's very easy to roll around. I mean, it's a cart. They're very, very simple, okay? But this right here, at a very good budget point, gives you the ability to make your pure water and go ahead and service windows, doing the pure water, water-fed pole window cleaning. Now, when I mentioned here, at a good price point, you will notice that our equipment is 30 to 50% more expensive than any of our competitors. Well, what does that mean? Well, we're trying to bring you extra value. When you purchase this cart, this will be the last cart you will ever buy, period. One of the ways you know that is if you go to a competitor's site, they will sell just their cart here separately. The reason why they do that is they make the cart out of regular carbon steel and then they paint it. And then through making the RODI water will take minerals out of steel and stuff like that. The actual carts corrode, they break down, they rust, and you end up having to replace them. You will never have to replace the cart or the handle or any of the structure of this ever. It has a lifetime warranty. It's very robust. Your actual clamps, a lot of the other systems out there will have plastic clamps for holding your cartridges. You will never, ever have to replace the clamping system on this. This clamping system, you will give this cart to your grandchildren. All right, so you're paying up for something. The actual cartridge housings here, these are stainless steel cartridge housings. We give you a lifetime warranties on these. Also too, you'll notice all of our fittings on here, we use a larger hose, a bigger fitting, higher flow. These are all put together to our standard, not everybody else's standard. We do not, when we look at building a cart, we don't look at somebody else's cart and reverse engineer that. We try to build the absolute best we can here at Disruptor Manufacturing and Phantom Window Works so that it will give you a lifetime of reliable service, and the only thing you will ever have to replace on this is your cartridges inside the cartridge housing, your cartridge down here for your carbon with your sediment, okay, and possibly the wheels on the cart. And these are actually run flat wheels on here. There's no air to these, but they are made of rubber, so there's a little cushion there, and this is a great cart. Very robust, very reliable, the absolute best in the industry. Nobody makes a finer cart. I challenge you to find one, okay? But when you pay for this cart, it'll be the last cart that you ever buy. Of course, unless you grow your company and you buy multiples of these because you came to rely on this day in and day out. It serviced you and provided for you an income. Here it is, the Goblin Glide RODI40 from Phantom Window Works.